And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Let's go, let's go! Here we go, set, 60 outlaw. SOS. Hard.
The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You can't get past me.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Pick me up. Here we go. Check three. 6'6", mullet high. Check. Watch 54. 6 minutes.
Now Jones. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Rudolph. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Check. Hey, stand off.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 5 at the
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jones. Off the play fake. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Looking long for Thomas. And a throw there going to be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
At the 29-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
On 2nd down and 4, Rudolph. It's caught by Mike Evans. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Go! 10 logo.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Ready?
The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay, ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
61, matchbox lights.
Watch the twins. Check the backer, check the backer. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check, crouch.
Look, squeeze. Get it.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
That's it, baby.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
65. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. I got one. Check safety.
Protein spill.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Throwing Jones. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports.
Ready? 8 3. 80 weapon. 25. Get up.
25. Check 25.
Hit.
Here's Rudolph off play action. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
15. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
That's it, baby.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Open man has got it. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it's Rudolph. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Now Rudolph with 3rd and goal. This is caught. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit. But having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Blue draw Corker. Go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, He's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ready, ready.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Alert flare, flare.
Topper. Hey, zoom. Big grip.
Jones to throw again. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35.
And the Giants first down.
Set, ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Rock it.
On the ground, Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones, he'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down, Giants.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
Let's get in there.
Hey, orbit.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
Ready.
On first down, Jones. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there, and I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you, I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 16-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Rudolph now to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And Woods has it complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He was brought down by Josh Norman. Brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Rudolph. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. This quarterback now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Open man is Howard, the tight end. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Ricky.
Ready.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards there, and a Buccaneer first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The Gay knocks this one through. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll run on the draw. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
Break.
Mike, 50 seconds.
Check. Hey, seam 6. Let go.
From the 50, it's Rudolph. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This quarterback now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another first and 10 here. Rudolph looking to throw it. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go. Let's see who's faster.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Check 37.
General West.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rudolph. He's going to go up top for the end. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
First down, New York.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Watch run.
Now.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Now Jones operating from the gun. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Come on,
Jones now
50,
5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Keep it up, guys.
Go.
Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
Get it.
From the gun, Jones underneath here to Hill. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready, ready.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Quit talking about it.
Shoot.
Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Go.
Jones now from the gun on third down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On second down, Hill. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
Set. 10 logo.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Head up.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Ready, ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. 70. Indy.
50 seconds to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up.
Now.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. He finds his man. It's Austin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard at the 23-yard line. And
that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
80 weapons.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Jones operating from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rudolph. And he finds Howard complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Right there.
Now.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up second down.
Hey, exit.
28-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
6-6, pull it high, get it.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones now. Off play action. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Hey, foxtrot. 5.
Jones throwing on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
15 line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check 24.
Here we go with Kamara. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Hey, Haywood. Ready?
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones going to throw again. This ball caught by his tight end Wilson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
61, matchbox lights.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Looking to throw. Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
22 yards. And the Giants 1st down.
Jones on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Ross. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A throw over the middle taken in. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Let's go.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Thomas, the intended target. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 14-yard line.
60 outlaw.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bucs, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.